This is your city. This is your city wants to know. We want to know the background, the heartbeat of what makes up our beautiful cities. We dig into the backstories, from the struggles to the successes of our local entrepreneurs, small business owners, artists, not-for-profit organizations, and the many, many people who make up the intricate tapestry of our communities. Real people, real stories, by you and for you. But wait, that's not it. I love giving my opinion. Just ask anyone who knows me. We can't get enough of the honest, gritty feedback of places that we spend our hard-earned money. I'll give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the places I eat, sleep, and visit. Disclaimer, my opinion only. All right, so come on, let's get to it. Hey everyone, Kim here. Thank you for tuning in. Today we are going to talk about reviews. I'm going to review a few places that I've been, and I'm telling you, I'm getting frustrated with customer service in places. It's getting even worse. It's getting even worse with customer service. Most of you know I've been in a customer service industry most of my life, whether that be in the tourism industry, be in the restaurant, bar industry, customer service rep in a company, something to do with customer service pretty much my whole life. I think I'm pretty good at it. Maybe it's because I have empathy and I like to be treated like I would treat others. And so I'm pretty good at what I do. So let's go to my vehicle. So my van died out of the blue. I had no idea that there was so much damage to it, but it died. So I'm panicking. I'm thinking, okay, I got to go find something reliable, safe, but cheap. Of course, right? Cheap. I want everything in the world for like next to nothing. I don't think I'm alone. So I start looking. My daughter and I, we go to Mississauga. We found some places, some auto dealerships that seemed okay within my price range-ish. So we take a trip to Mississauga. Oh my gosh. So we get to this place. Everything seemed promising. Their website's really nice. Some of the reviews, I usually read a lot of reviews before I go somewhere. Didn't do it this day. But their website was really nice. The deals in Auto Trader were nice. So we go. Oh my gosh. It's called Gardner Motors. And they're in Mississauga. Don't go. Stay away. Sometimes I might give a review that's not the most, it's my opinion. So I might say, I'm not telling you not to go there. I'm just telling you my opinion and my experiences. I'm telling you, don't go to Gardner Motors. It was just ridiculous. So first we get there and it's this rundown lot with this tiny little entrance it was just, so I'm looking and I'm like, oh boy, okay. Well, who knows? Never judge a book by its cover. So I go in to the office, which should have been a thing right there too. The guy comes out. I said, I'm the one that called you a couple of times, for this vehicle. And he says, yeah, come with me. So we go for a walk and it's between all these other cars at the back next to the fence. So you have to like jockey some cars out. So I get to it, there's grass growing up, like it's not clean. I look at the car, I'm like, okay, but I'm not up to it yet. First thing is he goes and he tries to start it so that he can move it, and he can't start it. It doesn't start. So he was like, I just got to go get a boost and boost the battery. It's been sitting for a long time. Okay, that happens. But then while he's going to get the battery charger, we walk over to it. The tire's flat. So he comes back and I point it out to him. He goes, oh yeah, tire's just low. It's been sitting for a few weeks. I said, well, tires don't go flat for sitting for a few weeks. They usually don't even go low. We've been on vacation, left the vehicle in the driveway, come back a week later, tires are not flat. But he was insistent, no. And right there, I started thinking to myself, does he think I'm really stupid because I'm a woman? Tire's flat, car won't start. He goes to go get something to pump up the tire. I start going and look at the car a little bit. It's so dirty inside. I've been to multiple car dealerships over my lifetime. I used to work for the licensing bureau. I used to deal with a lot of the dealers. I've been to a lot of car dealerships, used and new. I have never seen anything like this. It was so dirty. There was still candy wrappers in there. There was dirt all over the place, the floor, the seats, the trunk. The windshield was broken. I pointed out the windshield to him. No problem. We'll get that fixed. Oh, no. Sorry, that was a different one. That one was not the windshield. So I walk around and I notice that there's a piece of the back bumper kind of in, but it's not a dent or anything. It's just where the two pieces of the car meet. He goes, that's not a problem. It just needs to be pushed back out and those little pins need to be there. I'm like, well, why aren't they there? Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm worrying about this. And what was the other thing? There was a few other things. And he just kept saying, no, we can fix that. And I'm like, it's really cheap. So I'm thinking, no, I can't do this. He says, go take it for a test drive anyway. Okay. It's a manual. So I can't get it to reverse. I get in there. For some reason, they had the front side facing the fence. So he comes out and he goes, well, it's a manual. I said, yeah, I know. He goes, well, it's because you didn't put it in reverse properly. I'm like, I did put it in reverse properly. So he gets in and he's having a bit of a difficulty getting it out. And I said, I looked at him and I'm like, what's wrong with the car? Nothing, go for it. I knew I wasn't going to buy it now, but I thought, okay, we drove all the way to Mississauga. I'm going to take this car for a test drive. We get in the car. And like I said, when you come in, it's a little narrow place and there was a car coming this way. So, I kind of go to change it, put it in lower gear, and it stalls and it dies. So I get out of the car and I said, it's dead, it won't start. He goes, well, you stalled it. I'm like, it died. I said, and even if I did stall it, it won't start now. And he said something about the standard again being manual. I looked at him and I said, please don't imply that I don't know how to drive a manual car. I said, I know very well how to drive a manual car. There's a manual car sitting in my driveway at home right now. I know how to drive standard. I've been driving for years. And he goes, well, I don't know how to drive one very well. I said, well, I do. And so does my teenage daughter. I said, please don't assume because we're women we can't drive, because he was getting on my nerves. Anyway, he tried, couldn't get the car started. He goes, okay, I'll go get a boost. I said, you know what? We're not buying this car. Thank you. I left it right there in the driveway and I took off. I'm telling you, do not go to Gardner Motors. The cars were terrible. Their little place where they go fix cars, it looked like someplace when I was in Guatemala. Like it was just dirty. It was just gross. So now I'm depressed and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to go all the way home without, at least looking. So we started looking for other dealers in the area. And I came across one, and it's called Bravo Auto Sales. I'm telling everybody, listen to me. If you want to buy a vehicle, go talk to the gentleman at Bravo Auto Sales. What a gem. He was so nice. It was everything opposite of what I just experienced. We did develop a good rapport. And, we were joking, laughing, took the first car for a ride. Not one for me. He was so willing to work with me and help me and talk to me. He didn't just, act like I was some dumb girl who didn't know anything, because I wasn't particularly looking for a manual or an automatic. I just wanted something I can afford and it was safe. Oh my gosh, he is so wonderful. And the address is 1160 Cresslawn Drive in Mississauga, Bravo Auto Sales. Do yourself a favor, if you're in the spectrum of looking for a vehicle, at least give him a try. He is amazing. Imad is his name. Imad. Really wonderful guy. I got to call him today, actually. I'm not getting my car from him, but it was this close. I was going to get my car from him. But, the good Lord intervened and something better, just amazing anyway, came up. And so, but I really suggest you go and check this guy out. He was wonderful. He's wonderful. And then, so other things, a week's gone by doing different things. I have to go, and I got a vehicle, and now I need to go get a few parts to get it safety, like the brakes, front brakes, rotors, pads, all those things. So I'm phoning around trying to find places. There's some really good places. Sometimes I order online, but the delivery was next week and I need it now. Oh my gosh. So are you guys like me? I really want to support businesses, you know, Canadian businesses. And I really like to support smaller, like local owned businesses and not the big box companies. So Canadian Tire is a Canadian company. I like to support Canadian Tire, but I can't bring myself to go there very much because Canadian Tire is the worst place I've ever been. I'm not even kidding you. And this is not just 1 or 2 or 3 visits. This is over the years. It's the worst place. Canadian Tire has the worst customer service. Like, you cannot find somebody to help you if your life depended on it. In the automotive section, and not just one store, I'm talking about every Canadian Tire I have ever been in, the automotive section, that place is the worst. You have to wait forever. I went in and I didn't realize there was 2 separate desks. So this is where for the service department. And you know, there's 2 of them there. They're always busy. It's another thing with customer service nowadays with the younger generation. They're on their phone before the person standing in front of them is any importance. And that's what happened at first. I'm standing there. You know, it's bad enough that I'm forced to wear a mask in this store now. Hot. I'm standing there waiting because I'm very polite. And I'm thinking maybe his boss is telling him to turn a key or something. I don't know. When he's finally done on his phone, he kind of looks up. They just don't have any skills. Nobody trains them properly anymore. Finally, he tells me that I'm in the wrong place. I should go over to the automotive. So I go over there. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. He sees me because he's right there, waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, I looked at him like, is it possible for you to find somebody to come and serve me? Oh, well, ring the bell. I did ring the bell. And he's just watching me stand there for I don't know how many minutes before he didn't even go. So finally I found somebody. He helps me. He has to go get another gentleman to help. No big deal. He was nice. Then I had another question. I came back looking for something. He goes, yeah, it's just down there in that aisle. I'm like, I was already down there in that aisle and I can't find it. He goes, no, it's down there. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Okay. I leave without getting those other items because I didn't want to spend my money there. And then I go to another Canadian Tire in another town. Same thing. So I was in Stony Creek and I went to Grimsby. Same thing. The automotive department, nobody's helpful. I decided I'm not getting my product there. I did not. I got him to print out this. He said to me, gave me a price. And I said, well, that's not the prices that are on your website. He goes, well, that's the prices. I'm like, okay, can you just print that out for me, please? And he did. I called around. I found it's A&A discount. A&A discount. And it's in Hamilton. So I went there, $200 less for the exact same product, $200 cheaper than Canadian Tire. And they were so willing to help me. You couldn't go in just because of everything with COVID, so you had to order in advance. They come out and they deliver it. You call them. I'm in the parking lot talking to the guy, telling him what I need, no problem. They bring it out. I have other issues for something else, or not issues, but questions. They were totally willing to spend the time and talk to me. Even though they're busy, their parking lot was busy. They were totally willing to just take the time and talk to me. They didn't treat me like I was some dumb girl. That's the thing. People have to realize just because you're a woman doesn't mean you don't know anything about vehicles. Can you tell I get a little heated over these things? So, but A&A Auto, A&A Discount, great place. It's a great place. You know, so one bad apple should never spoil the bunch. Bravo Auto, he just redeemed my thought of used car sales lots, and A&A Discount, they helped out when Canadian Tire would not. Which brings me to one thing. When I say one bad apple doesn't ruin the cart, I would say 2 months ago, and I might even say longer, but 2 months for sure, I bought some apples at the grocery store. I decided to try a different brand. I thought, and they were a little bit more expensive. And if anybody knows me, I'm very frugal. Not really cheap, frugal. One apple's 59 cents, one apple's 99 cents. What's the difference, right? Might be a brand name or something, but anywho, I'm going to go for the 59-cent one. It's just as delicious. This time I decided to go for the more expensive, but I want to show it to you. So those of you who won't see the video but will only hear the audio, it's a bag of apples and it's called Taste at Its Peak. Red Prince apples. Red Prince apples. Comes in a bag. Very cute. And I don't know how many bags apples were in it. Maybe like 12, 10, maybe even less. Probably less actually. So this bag, and I'm not throwing them away because I started getting curious. Like, all right, nobody's eating the apples. I should start eating these apples. I had one or two waiting for my kids to eat them. They're in the crisper. People forget about them. But then I kept seeing them in there and I'm like, oh, I got to throw these out. And they're still good. Weeks go by. It has to be more than 2 months. It has to be. Weeks go by and every garbage day I clean out my fridge and, you know, these apples I've not thrown away. They look as good as new. They look like they were just picked off the tree. Well, maybe they're a little bit too perfect to look like they were just picked off the tree. This one's sweating a little bit because it's very muggy in my house. But those of you who cannot see this apple, it is picture perfect. It is picture perfect. It's still hard. I can't squeeze it and it's mushy. It's been in my fridge for months. What is with that? I don't think I will ever buy these apples again. How natural is that? I don't think that's natural. I've bought apples many times in my life and they go bad. Even in the fridge, they go bad. Months these apples have been in here. So I'm not saying don't buy Prince apples, but I'm thinking something's up. Some chemicals or something coated, grown, GMO, I have no idea. But look how beautiful and perfect this apple is. It looks so yummy, but I'm not eating it. And I'm not throwing it away. There's a few left in the bag. I'm not throwing them away because I really want to see how long these are going to be in my fridge. I hope I remember the day that they go rotten and I can remember to do a follow-up for you guys. Prince apples. Ooh, a little bit scary. So, reviews. Oh my gosh, Gardner Motors in Mississauga, stay away. Bravo Autos, please go see a mod. Canadian Tire, honestly, they drive me nuts and I try to stay away from as much as I can. A&A Discount, awesome people, awesome guys. So I'm gonna come back with some, I know I'm forgetting something, I wanted to review something else, but that's okay. That's some of my auto reviews today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget, tell everyone they should be watching or listening to This Is Your City. Stay safe and stay blessed. Ciao.